Hello everyone, welcome to the Simperion IAS. Today let's discuss about importance of the PYQs in the UPSC Mains. The first important of PYQs in the UPSC Mains is it helps to understand weightage of each subjects. For example, let's take the GS3 paper. The GS3 mainly has 5 to 6 subjects: economy, agriculture, internal security, environment, disaster management, and science and tech. If we go through the last 10 years paper, we will at least last 10 years paper we'll get to know the subject wise importance. Say economy 60 marks, agriculture 60 mark, internal security 50 marks, environment 40 marks, disaster management 1 or 2 questions 10 or 15 20 marks, science and tech around 30 marks. So this is one of the most important use case of the PYQs. They help us to, or they enlighten us with the subject wise importance in each paper. What is the importance of each subjects? Let's go to the second importance of the PYQs. What are the they help us to understand what are the important areas in each subjects. Let's take economy. Let's take in that one of the topic is taxation. In that they have asked GST 4 times in the last 10 years. So whenever the GST is in news, if any major developments happens with regards to GST, you can expect a question. So previous years not only provide us about importance of each subject, not only about the important topics, even the micro topics. In the economy, in the topic of taxation, GST is important. We will show that in the next future slides with the taking all the examples. Let's take the next question. In the economy, in the topic of energy, the solar energy is important. The International Solar Alliance, etc. These are very important. In the 1980s or 1990s, once they had asked about what is the potential of solar energy in India. The same question was asked again in the 2020 or 2021. So let's take similar another example. In the science and tech, you have the topic of emerging technologies. AI was asked in the mains in the 2023. This is not the first time AI was asked. It was asked at least 2 times according to us, as far as we have analyzed the PYQs in the 1999 and around 1998, somewhere in the 90s. They asked 2 times the what are the utilities of AI, what are the prospects of AI. So when the AI with the chat GPT, with the OpenAI, and with the AI taking over the world, AI is a very important topic. Through PYQ, you get to know that this question something around AI is already asked 2-3 times. So you can expect a question from it and prepare it well. Let's go to the third important, very important use case of PYQs. Rather writing, say, answer for random questions, writing answer for random questions 200 words in 8 minutes, PYQs can be a best source of questions to practice the answer writing. You can practice your answer writing from the PYQs. The fourth and the very important use case of the PYQ is, forget about the prelims. Now let's today only talk about the mains. Around 50% of the questions in the UPSC mains, in the GS1, GS2, GS3, GS4, as far as we have analyzed, repeat fully or partially from the PYQs. We will prove that with an exam, taking examples in the next slides. Around 50 questions, let that sink in. Around 50% of the questions in the UPSC mains repeat from the PYQs fully or partially. Okay, hope that's clear till now, and let's move to the next slide. In the 2023 mains, 50 plus questions out of 73 GS questions. When we say 73 GS questions, excluding the case studies, 13 questions from GS4, 20 questions is from the GS1, GS2, GS3, 50 plus questions partially or fully repeated from the PYQ. Okay, let's take the first question. What is the difference between the Mahatma Gandhi and Rabindranath Tagore in their approach towards education and nationalism? This is the 2023 question. Today we will discuss only taking mainly examples from 2023. Let's go to this question asked in 88. What is this? Discuss the Mahatma Gandhi's concept of basic education. How did Rabindranath Tagore differ? The same question. The difference between Mahatma Gandhi and Rabindranath Tagore in their approach towards education. What is the discuss the Mahatma Gandhi's concept of basic education? How did Tagore differ? Coming to the next question, see here. Point out clearly the contribution of Mahatma Gandhi and Rabindranath Tagore to the social and cultural life of India. Even this covers the concept of education and nationalism. So the same question asked in a different format. Let's come to the third question. Explain briefly how the idea and experiments of Soviet governments in the USSR influenced poet Rabindranath Tagore, Mahatma Gandhi, and Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. Even in this has few reference to the nationalism and also the education. See, this is a kind of a direct repetition. These two, in some or the other format, has relation with this particular question. We are not saying it's a direct repetition. 1988 question is direct with regards to education. Other two questions, when they talk about social and cultural life, they cover education, they cover nationalism. Let's move on to the next question. Very important. See, between 2013 to 2023, GST related question was asked 4 times. In the 2023, they have asked to what extent does the 101st constitutional amendment reflect the accommodate spirit of federalism. It was question regarding constitutional amendment, 101st constitutional amendment, that is GST, the federalism. They have connected those two things. They asked a question on GST here. They asked a question on what are the revenue implications for India with implementation of GST. See, in the federal with regard to federalism, they asked with regard to financial federalism in 2020. How has the COVID-19 impacted GST compensation fund? Created a new federal tension. Very important, the word federal tension. So in the 2020, they have asked about the financial federal tensions, that is financial federalism. In the other two questions were regarding GST. So whenever the major development happens with regard to GST, now you can expect a question from GST, because 4 times UPSC has said that it's important. And they have partially asked the financial federalism question in the 2020 itself. Let's move to very important next question, which is a direct repetition. Do you think the marriage as a sacrament in India losing its value in the modern India? Marriage as a sacrament is losing its value in modern India. Let's take 2020 question. Does the institution of marriage still continue to be sacred in India? See, sacrament, sacred, the same words. Like, don't confuse yourself. Here, the crux of the question is why marriage as a sacred institution losing its importance, or it's a question whether it is losing its importance. Marriage as a sacrament and marriage as a contract. Okay, marriage as a sacrament, marriage as a sacrament and marriage as a contract. This is 2012 question, this is 2020 question, this is 2023 question. Same question repeated again 3 times in last, you can say roughly 10 to 11 years. You cannot miss such questions. Please see, if you don't prepare for these questions and if you just prepare a marriage as a topic, it's not that easy to write these answers in the exam. If you prepare it, you will write very well, you will get probably 60, 70, 80% of the marks. That is what differentiates you from other aspirants. See, to get into IAS, to get top 10 ranks, you must try scoring 450 plus mark in the GS. So to score 450 mark, at least you have to score 110 plus in each papers of the GS. So the PYQs are very important. See, such questions, when the questions are directly repeated, marriage as a sacrament, etc., you have to try to score 70% of the marks in these questions. Let's move to the next question. The next question is regarding the development of slums, urbanization, metropolitan cities, etc. See, does the urbanization led to more segregation and marginalization of the poor in the metropolitan cities? Metropolitan cities, urbanization led to exclusion, that is segregation and marginalization. See here, discuss various social problems which originated by the speedy process of urbanization. Same question. And the other two questions which are regarding mainly the development of IT hubs and the socio-economic problem arising out of development of IT hubs. They also come under the development of urbanization. They also come under the urbanizations. But these two questions are same. Direct repetition, 17 and 2021. I'll read both the question. The growth of cities as IT hubs have opened up a new avenue of employment, but has also created a new problem. Substantiate this statement with examples. Development IT hub led to these some of the problems. See, what are the socio-economic implications arising out of a development of an IT industries in the major cities? Socio-economic implication can be positive and also negative. But these questions are similar. The development of urbanization, development of slums, development of IT cities, the benefits of IT cities, and also what are the negative. Even urbanization has its positive, but also has the negative. It depends upon the tone of the question. Okay. Let's next move to the next question. See, this is one of the question which is like kind of a direct repetition. Direct repetition. Constitutionally guaranteed judicial independence is prerequisite for democracy. So what they are saying, judicial independence is prerequisite for democracy. See the question asked in the 1884. Discuss the importance of independence of judiciary in the democracy. Here it says independent judiciary important for democracy. Here discuss the importance of independence of judiciary in democracy. Same questions asked in a different format. Okay, this is why we say PYQs are very important. This is why PYQs help you to score 450 marks plus marks. PYQs help you to be in the top 100 ranks. PYQs probably help you come out of this Chakravarti challenge of UPSC, writing prelims, writing mains, not getting good marks. You follow the PYQ, you will be in the list, you will get very good marks. See, what is important? See, what is the important is when 50% of the questions in the mains are repeated from PYQs. What is 50% out of 4 paper out of 1000? We are saying 50% plus, at least 500 marks worth are directly there in the PYQ. They are picked and just those questions are repeated or like almost kind of a copy pasted. You cannot miss this. See, please don't take whatever we say in the face value. Don't follow us like some coming from the God. Please take 2023 mains paper. Please take last 30-40 years mains paper. Compare it. You will find out yourself the importance of PYQs. Okay, let's continue. There are many questions. Comment on the National Wetland Conservation Program initiated by the Government of India and name of the Indian wetlands. See, the name of the Indian wetlands which are Ramsar site, that question was asked. That question was asked here in the 2010. This question was asked. But Ramsar related questions, wetland related questions are asked in the last 14 to 15 years 4-5 times. So by that you know that anything related to National Wetland Conservation Program, Ramsar sites, these are important. So prepare that well. The list of Ramsar sites, that question is directly asked. Partially the second part is directly asked, but even you will come to know from the PYQ that this topic is important because they have asked many times in the previous years. Let's come to the next question. See, next question is the crux of the question is e-governance has its importance and benefit in transparency and accountability, but there are some roadblocks, there are some challenges. Okay, let's consider these two questions. See, it can be asked as e-governance or it can be asked as implementation of information and communication technology, ICT, in the administration. Even it says, see here, programs suffer from in terms of vital factor. They suffer. Here it says there are few challenges they suffer from. In the 2019 question, it says they suffer from some vital factors. How to overcome it? The same question. These two are same questions. The utility of e-governance in India. Even that question is asked. So e-governance, it's asked many times in the PYQs. You know that this topic is important. It's directly in the syllabus. The partial one part of this question. What is hampering getting what is hampering the country from getting the full potential, reaching the full potential of your e-governance? That question is asked here. So it's a repetition. Let's go to the next question. Next question is regarding the digitization of Indian economy. What are the problems and suggest improvement? See here, what are challenges of digitization? Directly asked. Problems of digitization, challenges of digitization. Next, even the question which was asked in the 2022, they said same thing. I went through this question. It's like a lengthy question. It says online methodology, using online methodology in the government administration has its benefits, negatives. It can be used in telemedicine, etc. But it has some ethical issues, problems, etc. How to overcome it? Same. What are problems of digitization of economy? What are the roadblocks and how to improve it? Okay. Let's go to the next question. Let's take this particular question on probity. Probity is essential for effective system of government and socio-economic development. It's a 2023 question. They asked probity related question 3 times. What do you understand by probity in the public life? What are the difficulties in practicing it in the present times? How can we overcome these difficulties? What do you understand by the probity in governance? Based on your understanding of the term, suggest measures for ensuring the probity in government. These are same, but by these 3 questions you can identify the probity topic is important. And it is asking bit wider question, how the probity will help government in effective system of governance and socio-economic development. Let's go to next question. See, artificial intelligence. It was asked in the 1991 actually. It was asked again, write a short note on artificial intelligence, like the year is not given here. They asked the same question in 2023. Currently the AI is in news. It's taking over the world. The chat GPT, OpenAI, etc. and the Gemini of Google. So they asked, introduce the concept of it. They asked about the concept of artificial intelligence, how it can help in the clinical diagnosis and the challenges of privacy. See here, what is artificial intelligence? What is the current scenario and what are the prospects? One of the prospect is, of course, the medicine, or not telemedicine, sorry, the medicine. But here they have gone and explored the privacy issues. Many times even these questions are asked in the ethics or also even in the GS3, e-governance, digitization of economy, how that will impact the privacy, etc. This is important. So there is nothing surprising in that question. Let's now come to the next question, because this is from history. How did the colonial rule affect the tribals in India? What were the tribal response? See, when the question is about tribal response, what is tribal response? It's asking about the tribal uprisings, the Bhagat movement, the Munda rebellion, the Santal rebellion, etc. See here, let's take 1994 question. Discuss the understandings of tribal uprising against the British rule during the 19th century. 1999 question, write about the chief features of Munda movements. 2003, discuss the characteristics of major tribal uprisings in the British India in the 19th century. Next, Tana Bhagat movement. See, tribal uprising, anything related to tribal movements in the history, they are very, very, very important. Many times the questions are asked even in the prelims. So either they will give the particular tribe and ask you to identify the geographical area, or they will ask from the modern India the tribal movements. Even in the mains it's important. The tribal movement related questions were asked many times. If you have prepared a very good answer for all these 4-5 questions, you could have easily written answer very high quality answer for 2023 questions. Sorry. Let's take the next question regarding the freshwater resources. It is, what is why is the world today confronted with the crisis of availability and access to fresh water? So it is saying why the world today is facing challenges in accessing the fresh water. They've asked this question 4 times. They've asked this question in multiple ways. One of the way of asking this is the say melting of glaciers in the Himalaya, and it has impacts on water resources. And another time they have asked effective management of land and water resources will drastically reduce human miseries. Explain. India is well endowed with a look at the word. India is well endowed with the freshwater resources. Critically examine why it still suffers from the water scarcity. Same. Though India has a lot of freshwater resources, why it has a problem accessing the fresh water? And what is the impact of climate change on the water resource in India? The same questions. If you have prepared answer for these 4 questions, you could have easily answered this question. And also you know that anything related to water is very important for UPSC. Oceans, seas, rivers, tributaries, lakes, you might have, like normally they ask the question in the prelims, right? Which of the following lake is dried up in the last decade or recently, something like that. So water is very important topic. See, this is how you identify the important topics for UPSC. So that is why PYQs are important. The previous year questions, either sometime they repeat directly or sometime partially, fully repetition or partial repetition. But PYQs help you to identify these important areas, favorite topics of UPSC. Let's take the next question. Why is caste identity in India both fluid and static? It's a 2023 question. Okay. Let's take the question from 2018. See it carefully. It is saying caste identity is both fluid and static. See here, caste system is assuming new identities and associational forms. Hence, caste system cannot be eradicated in India. It is saying caste system is assuming new identity and associations. Caste system is fluid. In an indirect way, it is saying that. Come to the next question, 2020. Has caste system lost its relevance in understanding a multicultural Indian society? Elaborate your answer with illustrations. The questions on caste system and the same questions, similar questions. See, the answers for all these questions are almost similar or the same. The words they use to ask these questions or frame that questions are very different, but the answer for all these questions is same. So please go through the PYQs last 40 years for the mains. Don't go through all the questions. There are few questions which are not relevant today. The UPSC has changed its syllabus in the 2013. So whatever in the syllabus you can go through. There are some questions which are irrelevant. Say if you are going through the 2001 question, which was a that year current affairs. Today it's not relevant at all. So after weeding out unnecessary, not in the syllabus questions which were that respective year current affairs, so you will be left with very less questions, but it helps you to, as I told you, score very good marks in the GS. Please don't neglect the PYQs. We have told the same thing even in the prelims, importance of PYQs in the prelims. If you neglect PYQs, you will be neglected in the rank list. Don't neglect PYQs. Don't hear to us what we are saying. Don't take it in a face value. Yourself, please go and check it for the optionals. Check it from GS 1 to 4. Check it for the CSAT. Check it for the GS prelims. In the CSAT, they don't repeat the question directly, but the same concepts are again repeated again and again. The same number system every year they ask 15 questions. They ask the same questions around simple interest, compound interest, work, clock questions, directions, blood relations, etc. You know it. So we don't want to discuss much about the prelims now. Let's continue with the mains. See, these are other few questions which were asked in the 2013, which were present in the PYQs. Let's take this particular question. The development and welfare schemes for the vulnerables by its nature are discriminatory in the approach. Do you agree? They are saying these welfare schemes are discriminatory in their approach. Do you agree? The same questions. See, we will in the descriptions I will provide a link to the Google. I'll upload this document in the Google Drive. I'll provide the link to this document in the description, so you can go through these questions. They asked that question in 2023. The same question was asked. Similar question was asked in 2018 and also in the 2014. The crux of all three questions is though government is providing welfare schemes for the vulnerable sections, they are discriminatory in nature. Okay. Next, coming to this question. This question is on human development and skill development and demographic dividend. The question was asked in 2023. In 2023, actually, they have asked three questions on skill development, human development, and same. The two questions on human development, one on skill development, all are similar. The skill development programs have succeeded in increasing the human resource supply to the various sectors. In the context of the statement, analyze the linkage between the education, skill, and employment. Okay. Again, another question in 2023 itself is crucial aspect of development process has been inadequate attention paid to the human resource development. Suggest measures. Skill development, human development measures. Why did human development fail to keep pace with the economic development in the India? All are similar topics on human development, skill development. They are done demographic dividend and how can we exploit the demographic dividend, skill development necessary. This question was asked in 2017. Next question is regarding 2023 question. It says Indian Constitution is a living document or a living instrument because Supreme Court has expanded the horizon of right to life and personal liberty many times. Okay, the crux of the question is this, because that is why Indian Constitution is called as a living document, because it is amended many times through Supreme Court directions. They have expanded the scope of a few areas like right to life, personal liberty. Now look, go through this question of 2006. What is right to life and personal liberty? How have the courts expanded its meaning in the recent years? Same. That the expanding the meaning of a particular thing, right to life or a personal liberty, changing with respect to the time. That's why Constitution is called as a living document. They have asked you to explain using two things, right to life and personal liberty. Next, coming to the President Rule, Article 356. This is one of the very favorite topic of UPSC, asked many times in the prelims and mains. They have asked 3 times. The crux of the question is, what are the legal and the political factors that has reduced the frequency of use of Article 356? So here they have asked about 1994 Supreme Court judgment regarding the proclamation of President Rule, which is same. The legal angle is this only, the Supreme Court judgments. The political factors, etc. See, these questions is asked many times, so it's a repetition and one of the very important area of focus of UPSC. Now coming to the next question. Explain the structure of parliamentary committee system. How far the financial committees helped in the institutionalization of Indian Parliament? The first part is structure of parliamentary committees. Look at the first question. Describe the organization and function of committee systems in Indian Parliament. Parliamentary committees or committee system in the Parliament. This part is asked. What are financial committees? Public Account Committee, Estimate Committee, Public Expenditure Committee. They have asked all 3 questions. So this question is a direct repetition. If you solve these 3-4 questions from the PYQs, you could have directly solved this particular question. Now let's go to the last question. There are other 2 questions. I'll upload the PDF in the description. You can go through those 2 questions as well. Let me take the last question. This is a Honorable ex-President APJ Abdul Kalam's quote. If the country is to be corruption free and to become a nation of a beautiful minds, I strongly feel there are 3 key societal members who can make the difference. They are father, mother and the teacher. The same quote they have asked in 2022. The same quote they had asked in 2017 as well. The same quote repeated twice in the PYQs. It's not 2023, it's in the 2022 and 2017. So okay, let's move on to the last slide. See, we Simperion IAS, we develop or we guide aspirant with respect to the PYQs. For us, according to us, there are only two important things. One is PYQs, the other is syllabus, and one material or one book or one material, whatever you can say, per subjects. This is the basic of UPSC preparation. You don't have to complicate it. You don't have to go through the bulky materials of all coaching institute. Select one whichever suits you. Prepare well. For the mains, last 40 years PYQs are very important. Again, like say for the GS4 you have only 11 or 12 years. For the other papers you have 40 years, but the new topics like environment, etc. and all have probably last 15-20 years of PYQs. And also the weightage of the subject have also largely changed. Like if you go to the 1990s, the modern India had 80, 90, 100 marks of importance. Today the importance of the modern India is like just 30, 40 marks. So accordingly we should prepare. And again we are saying, please don't believe in what we are saying. Please go through the PYQs yourself and you will understand what is the importance of the PYQs. See, we mainly we have our website, that is UPSC Mains previous year answers.com. You can log into our website and get answers for ethics PYQs. We have answered all last 11 to 12 years, including the sample ethics papers. We have answered it. You can get answers. We have answered it very well with a lot of real-time examples adhering to the word limit. We have answered a case study in a very practical manner. You can use for the updates. Please join our Telegram group, that is UPSC Mains GS 2024. UPSC Mains MAINS GS 2024. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel Simperion IAS and press bell button so that you will receive a notification whenever we upload the new video. We intend to upload 2 to 3 videos every day. And please don't forget to provide your feedbacks, as we are very new to it. If you want us to change any presentation style, etc., please write to us in the comment section. Thank you very much.